Okay, so now we're expected to draw the isometric drawing of the given view. So as usual, you draw your receding lines, and then eventually you also draw the vertical lines. Then you now take the appropriate measurement. From here we have it as 20, and this is a 20 here, while here we have it as 50. Then from this place where we have 20, we project vertical line, and then from this place where we have 50, we also project a vertical line. But meanwhile, we're told that the vertical distance to a point here is also 45 degrees. So we measure 45 degrees here. So after measuring 45 degrees here, now you can project lines which are parallel to the receding lines again. Okay, so this is the line. This is the receding line again, which is parallel to the initial receding line here. Then from here, you can also draw another line, which is also parallel to the initial receding line. Now we've been given the radius of the isometric circle as 25, so it means we are going to draw a rhombus. So now the rhombus will have sides of 50, so it means each side of the rhombus is going to be 50. So but meanwhile, this is the midpoint of the rhombus. The midpoint of the rhombus is going to be somewhere here. That's going to be 25. So we'll get the other length of the rhombus. So from here to here is going to be 25. From here to here as well is going to be 25. So you measure upward as well. So from here to here is also 25. And then from here to here is 25. From this point to this point is 25. You now join. You join from here using thin continuous line. So after getting the dimensions of the rhombus, you now join the longest diagonal of the rhombus. So this is the longest diagonal. This is the longest diagonal of the rhombus. So now from the other diagonal, so this is the other point of the diagonal. So from this other point, you draw a line that intersects with the midpoint of the rhombus. So the same thing. Okay, you can also draw it. You can also draw a line that also intersects with this other midpoint. But for now, just let's leave it like this. So now take notes. This is the longest diagonal of the rhombus. Now this is the other corner where the other diagonal is to start from. So from this other corner, we drill this line to the midpoint of one of the sides of the rhombus. So now there's intersection between this line and the longest diagonal. So at this point of intersection, you are going to draw an arc. So now that arc is going to be distance between this midpoint, this center, and then where it touch this side of the rhombus. So now to get this other curve, you now come to this corner of this rhombus where we have the shorter diagonal, starting from, and then you draw an arc. So you draw an arc from this point, from this midpoint of the rhombus, midpoint of one side of the rhombus to the other midpoints. So with this, we've been able to draw the isometric circle for this particular curve. So after this, we move ahead to draw the isometric circle on the other side of the block. So all we need to do is we construct another rhombus on that other side of the block. So we already know that from here to here is 25. So that implies here to here is also 25. So everything you do for now is thin continuous line. So the same thing, you can join it up like this. You join from here, you join it up, and then using your set square, you can project this way. Then from here you project this like this. So you project this like this. So that will be 20. Okay, so now you can project this way. You project this way. So now this is the other side where you have to expect to construct the isometric circle. So from this meeting point here, you bring this down. So using, all you are doing is you use your thin continuous line. So now this is the other side of the block. So now you measure 25 here. So from here to here you have 25 here, and then you have 50 here. So now here you also have, you already have point 25 here, the midpoint of one side of the rhombus, and then you have 50. So now you join the longest diagonal. So this is the longest diagonal of your rhombus. Then from the other side, from the other corner of your rhombus, you also draw a line to the midpoint of one of the sides of your rhombus. So just as we did the first one, so this is the corner and then this is the midpoint. So now you can see this is the point of intersection of the longest diagonal with this line we just drew. So from this very point, you're also going to draw another arc. So place your compass here and then you draw the arc. So from this corner, for the short side of the diagonal, you also draw an arc. So you draw an arc to this point. So like that. So you then pick up your ruler and then join this meeting point here, the two longer diagonals. Use your thick continuous line and then draw. So after that, you're now thickening out your lines. After thickening, you can now clean all the unwanted parts. So clean all the unwanted parts so that your work appears neater. Then you include all the given dimensions. So now this from here to here is 20, this 50, this 45, while the radius there is 25. So this is what we have been asked to redraw.